I told you I found you a perfect match. Chosen by science, but you had to marry them right this second. You would tell me, well, that sounds pretty whack. And I would add, you have 8 weeks to know if you really love them. You just got married at first sight. Jason and Aysha gonna tell you wrong from right. Are all these couples just disasters waiting to happen? Imagine if one of them could be a perfect match.
Welcome to A Perfect Match. I am one of your hosts, Jason Reed. With me, the lady who loses at Mario Kart every time she plays, Aysha Welch. Aysha, how are you?
Hello. I'm just here with my stuffed animal, Kiwi. Just so you know, my Kiwi moves a little bit more than the one on the show. But
I hope you treat that Kiwi better than Claire treated the one that she got.
Right. I would not gift my Kiwi. so that's one difference. But yeah, I'm excited to be here to talk about this episode. It wasn't as exciting as the first, but it had its good moments.
Yeah, second episode of season 17. We're just getting things started. Listen, some of my opinions have changed. We'll talk about it as we go through.
I wonder which opinion. I wonder which opinion changed.
Probably not the opinion you want to have changed.
Oh gosh.
But we will get to it.
Listen.
More weddings
Jason,
down the tube. What?
Let's set the stage. We will not fight today. Okay.
Listen, I didn't want to fight last time. You started the fight last time. You had people blowing up our mentions, talking about, are y'all okay? I felt some weird tension in the Lauren Orion segment. So, Asia needed to take some time away from me. So she's decided that she needed to do the podcast a day late. I said, okay, that's fine. You want to simmer down a little bit? That's cool.
Can we just set the stage that we are a day late because of Jason? No. Next week, we will be a day late as well because of me. So it's just it's a give and take. Okay.
I like that you're putting it on me. As I put in the Facebook group, Asia needed to put a 13th room on her house. And the construction was too loud to do the podcast. So, she wants to put it on me. I put it back on her. It's cool. It's all right. It's all good. But yes, we're a day late this week. We'll be a day late next week. It's fine. You got those. Don't panic. You guys are okay. You guys will get your podcasts. You'll get your laughs. You'll get your ha-has. We'll be back.
Yeah, there are some recaps of shows, Married at First Sight or not, that come days later. So the fact that we're hot off the presses, we do the best we can do.
We do the best we can. Listen, in fact, this is late. This is late night, A Perfect Match. Y'all don't know this, but this is much later than we usually record. So we're gonna be punchy in this one. We're
punchy,
tired.
That's an interesting word.
We're ready for bed. We're ready to go. But anyway, we're here.
We finish this. My Pepper and Cinnamon are gonna be knocked out as if they're asleep for the night. Be like, we gotta go to my room. Y'all need to wake up. But yes, like you were saying, we are here to talk about episode 2 of Married at First Sight, season 17. Very excited to talk about it. Make sure you go leave us a rating and review on the Love at First Sight feed, wherever you get your podcasts. We love to see what y'all think about this season, or this season, of course, of Married at First Sight, but also what you think about the podcast. So we know that if you're enjoying it or you have any suggestions or anything, we'd love to hear y'all's feedback.
100%. So, well, let's take one of these reviews down, right? We got a couple reviews while we were away on hiatus. So we got to include those. So this one I'm going to do is S Waters 9986. This is from back in September 23rd. We were on a Yatus. It says, just a joy to listen to. It says, I'm going back through and listening through old episodes because I enjoy this pod so much. Asia and Jason have a great natural chemistry and they always crack me up. Thank you so much, S Waters. I appreciate it.
It's a knee slapper.
What a knee slapper.
I like to highlight one, which I don't believe we did. I think we were done by August. By Jill Tastic. Is that a new one? I believe it is. Titled My Fave Podcast. It says, I'll keep it short and just say Asia and Jason never fail to make me laugh and brighten my day. Who would think I'd get so much joy from a MAFS recap podcast? I'd recommend this podcast whether you watch the show or not. That's how I sell it. Jill Tastic, thank you. Because that's also how I sell it to people. You don't even have to watch the show to enjoy the podcast. You just want something to listen to, laugh about. Just hear it. It's as if we're telling you a sweet story.
We paint the story with our words. You can see it all in your head.
Right.
You watch the show. You don't even need to have heard of the show Married at First Sight to enjoy this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's probably people who listen to the podcast who have no idea what we look like. So why should you know what the Married at First Sight people look like?
Just so you know, I'm unbelievably handsome.
I too am unbelievably handsome.
See, this is the punchiness I'm talking about.
Oh, goodness. So yes, make sure you go subscribe. Also subscribe to the Rob Has a Podcast YouTube channel. We are also on YouTube. As we were just talking about our faces, that's where you can see our face. If you subscribe to the Rob Has a Podcast YouTube channel, you can see us. If you go right over to the podcast category, you can see all of our podcasts that we've been doing on YouTube, which is season 16 and season 17 of Married at First Sight. Also, you want to join in on even more fun, come join our Facebook group. You can find it at A Perfect Match Podcast on Facebook. We have a great time in there talking about the episodes while they're happening, as well as just any other chatters where you can get your opinion about the show. If you don't have friends that watch Married at First Sight, and you just want to talk about it with other people who enjoy the show, or, sometimes we enjoy it, sometimes we don't enjoy it, hit or miss. But there is a password. So this week, the password is
Sag Sun, Sag Moon are my signs of the zodiac. Just Sag Sun, Sag Moon. You don't need to put all that stuff. Sag Sun, Sag Moon. We'll take it. We'll let you in the Facebook group. Please remember, you need to enter the password, agree to the group rules, and we will let you on in for all the fun. It was good to have the discourse back about Married at First Sight, for the new season this past week. We have a lot of fun in there, so come on in.
I did have to explain to Jason what those three are.
No idea what any.
What are your big three, Jason?
I know that I am a Libra. That's
okay. That's your sun
That's
sign.
my starting point. That's all I know.
Okay. You go find out that birth time and we can find the rest.
Okay. I will get right on that. Trust and believe. That's my first priority. As soon as you finish this podcast. Actually, no, I'm gonna text my mother during the podcast and figure that out for you. I don't really. I'm lying. I never bother my mother with something so trivial.
Oh man. But yes, make sure y'all go join the Facebook group and join in on the fun. But yeah, let's dive into it. Which couple do you want to talk about first?
Let's go through Becca and Austin. I think they had a pretty eventful week, pretty eventful episode. They did get married on this episode. So much like as we do with all the couples getting married, we have to go dress and tux shopping. We hear her say she wants something traditional, but a little crazy with something non-traditional, and crazy with class, like her. She does mention she can't have something that's super tight on her body because she did recently have stomach surgery because her endometriosis caused her to need an appendectomy pretty recently, apparently. So she needs something that's going to be like not too tight on her frame, which was very interesting. I think there's a lot of discourse in the community about how they feel about someone having such a health issue, getting married at first sight. What do you think about
that?
Sure?
I wasn't aware of this. But I could see is it like the finances of it all?
Or that just a health issue that's so heavy, should you put that on a stranger? Like, should you marry a stranger without them having this kind of knowledge about your medical history, that you have something so serious going on with you?
I don't know. Because it's like that. I don't think that should, I I don't think that's something that should keep someone from being able to explore love in this avenue. I think if you are getting married at first sight, you are taking the risk across the board. You're not asking for, a specific criteria of the type of person you want. I want somebody who has been in a ton of relationships because we see there, I feel like we could also use that on, hey, is that fair to put your first relationship on in a marriage? Like that weighs heavy too. And I think so it's all a matter of like, I guess because this is my first time learning of this discourse. So I think that people are bringing it up in a way that they have experienced, like health being an important factor in their relationship in terms of like it being, weighing heavy, or I was thinking the finances, but yeah, like it is. I mean, I guess he would have to put more. It's not even more, but I guess I don't know. Well, it's interesting.
She talked about not, wanting to be a burden on someone because a lot of her condition will involve chronic pain and will involve her maybe not being as, energetic or as willing to do things as she wants to be. So that I think it's the question of, is it fair to ask someone to take that on, being married at first sight, marrying a stranger? I think it's a fair question. I think. I don't think it's unfair that they're putting Austin with someone with this diagnosis. I just think it's I think it's fair. I think he can make his own decisions about whether or not he's cool with that or he wants to deal with that. I don't think it should preclude anyone from getting married at first sight. I'll just say.
Right. Same. Like I don't think that, and she's being very open and transparent about it on the show. So I would imagine she's going to be the same way with him, the deeper they get into like just getting to know each other in these first few days. So, I don't know. I think it's, yeah, I mean, because I'm trying to like equate it because I can see people's concern, but I also don't think it should be a concern. You see what I'm saying? Like I could see how you could think that, but
different people will take it different ways.
Yeah.
So I think like I said, it shouldn't preclude anyone, but I think that would be tough though if you get married to someone like, hey, by the way, I do have this serious diagnosis that you're gonna have to kind of work with me through. But it is what it is. I think that a person is not their diagnosis. It's not their personality. It's not who they are. I think that enough of what makes Becca will shine through, and she won't be her disease in that way.
Right. Like she is so full of life. Like even her just watching the wedding, I completely even forgot that we knew that part of her story. But yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, and while she's dress shopping, she talks about what she wants in a husband. She says, I want someone that kind of like takes life seriously, but not too seriously. She talks about how she's overcome a lot of challenges, and marriage is the next one she wants to overcome. And by doing Married at First Sight, she says this is trusting the universe to tell her that this is the right decision. And we get to Austin. And Austin, we got some personality out of Austin this episode. For better or for worse. Because I mentioned last episode that I kind of really got nothing from him. He just seemed kind of blah. But yeah, we got some personality out of him. He's coming into the tux fitting. He says he would want to go outlandish, but he's getting married to a stranger, so he'll keep it classy. He tells us he would describe himself as a typical Coloradan, weird, goofy, outdoorsy.
Which we've heard. We keep hearing that from him.
Yeah, we heard that in his intro package. He comes out in his first suit, which funny story behind it. It's a green suit, okay? You can see that it's green on your television. So somebody, I'm not going to name any names.
Somebody by the name of.
Yeah. So texted me, can you text me a picture of Austin in his green suit?
I needed it, y'all, because.
Okay. So
Let me show y'all what I saw.
Okay. She sends me a picture of the suit. This is the suit according to Asia's television. Do you have my picture up and ready to display?
I don't. I just had mine.
So she sends me this. It's like,
Tell me, does this look black though?
This looks blue. This looks like a
well, yeah, like I mean, yeah, it does look blue, but it doesn't look green.
So I text her the picture that I have on my TV, which was obviously very different. It was green. Now the green isn't, a neon green. It's a subtle kind of what do you call it? A forest green?
It's like a forest green, yeah.
Yeah. So it was subtle, but it wasn't out loud. But you could definitely tell as the saga of Asia's color saturation on our TV that we've been following for the past like season and a half. We definitely got to fix those settings because that did not look like the suit that was on television.
Listen, I'm telling you, I tried to mess with those settings. I put the color all the way up. I played around with the contrast. I changed the modes. Nothing made that suit green. I paused on him while because they said, "Oh, green." He's like, "Oh, I look like a leprechaun." I said,
"Green where? Green who? Green when?"
I'm like, what are you saying right now? So this is what Jason sent me, which is like
it's a subtle green. It's not like
very subtle, yeah,
crazy. But if you had them two side by side, you could tell that it's definitely a different picture, different setting there on the picture.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he wants his bride to think he has style, even though he doesn't. His buddy is telling him, you just gotta be you, man. You just gotta be you. And his friend Kayla wants someone that's going to match his goofiness, but someone that's also going to motivate him. So there's a lot of I want this, but not thises. But he does find his suit. He's going to get
like on. Did you ever watch Zoom?
Zoom. What is
like that? Zoom, 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 zoom. It was on like channel 13.
Is this a children's program?
No, well, we were children when it was on.
I mean,
it was like so and so likes this, but not this. Oh my gosh! Come on, work with me here.
I can't do anything for you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like it was. Oh my gosh, I can't even find it because I'll like Zoom. The app is coming up. Zoom. There was a Zoom television show, right? Wasn't it called Zoom? Zoom. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh boy.
Okay, yes, it was called Zoom. It was on from 1999 through 2005. And they had this set. It was kind of like a children Saturday Night Live, but it came on in the morning.
Saturday Night Live, wow.
Like they had different skits and sketches and stuff. And they were there to teach you. But they had Mrs. Something. And it would always be like, she likes this, but doesn't like this. And I think the key was like, she didn't like words with like double letters or something. But it would be like, I can't even give you an example. But anyway, people out there know who I'm talking about.
It started in 1999, you said, right?
It was, 99 and 2005.
Well, I was definitely out of that age range by 99 to be watching Zoom or whatever it is.
Well, it's not a kid. It was like a preteen teenage show.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I felt like I thought I was a little young watching it.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I have no idea what you're talking about. But Austin, back to Austin. He finally finds his suit. It's got kind of a James Bondy feel to it. He's got it. He comes out. He's like, he says, "Ooh, that boy hot." Oh no.
Ooh boy, Austin. That boy hot.
Austin. Austin, stop it. So yeah, Tuck's and dress shopping out of the way. We arrive to the venue for the big day. She meets with her wedding party. She says she hopes to start the next chapter. They marvel at the fact that they're wedding photographers. So this is the first time they've really been on this side of it, not taking the pictures, but actually partaking in the wedding festivities. And boy, Austin, they showed a lot of this Austin clip in the preview. And when I saw a preview for this episode, I was like, okay. Austin basically comes in they get this shot of all the grooms as they're walking into their, what would you call this? Like
the groom room. Like there's the bridal suite and then there's the the equivalent.
Yeah, see, that's what I got caught up on. I was like, no, it's called the bridal suite. What's the groom thing called? What's it called? The groom room. Okay.
The groom
Austin
room.
walks in the groom room. It's like he walks. He's like, everybody, shut up. He's telling his friends that. I was like, what the hell?
He's like, shut up, you idiots. I was
Yeah,
like,
there you go. Shut up,
what?
you idiot. Okay. And then he proceeds.
Oh, it's just called a groom suite.
I mean, yeah, we should have figured that, but that sounds groom room. A groom room sounds a lot better. I love groom room better. He's like, yeah, shut up, you idiots. I was like, what the hell is going on here? He does like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air high five one of his buddies. I was like, okay, Austin's a kind of a nut guy. And Austin's kind of a nut. He's interesting.
Yeah, he's like goofier than I thought he was when we first met him. Very
goofy. His friends comment on his hair. He's like, what's up with your hair? He's like, well, it doesn't matter. She's gonna have to live with it. Hit the laugh. The laugh is something else. I was like, Becca, that's your man. That's your man's, Becca. Go get your man's. So we come back to Becca. She says she wants someone that is confident in their own skin. She says, humans exist to love. And marriage is the greatest commitment to that. Finding the right person at the right time is the main challenge of finding that person. And, she's very nervous. Let him know about her health issues. She doesn't want him to feel like he got the short end of the stick. And Austin, and more of his nuttiness, he gives one of his friends of 2 fanny packs, one filled with flowers, because apparently this guy's going to be the flower man. And also he gives him some confetti popper things, which I'm sure that Mitch from San Diego is very upset about.
He's like, as he's watching this, because he's watching. Fist.
Yeah, we know Mitch is still the Married at First Sight streets. He hopes that his wife is an independent extrovert and that she is social, and even if she isn't, will still try. He wants to be committed. He wants to be committed to this. He's going to try his best to be committed to this. He's going to 100% try to be 100% committed to this. Which is like, okay,
that's a little nerve-wracking.
Not very confident.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. We get to the wedding gifts.
I did think back when she was getting ready, I just she's done a lot of weddings, right? But she said she's done 200. She has been to 260 weddings. You know how good you have to be at your job to have that many weddings under your belt?
Yeah, I mean, she said later that she's been doing this for 10 years. She's had her wedding photography business for 10 years. So it's interesting.
Yeah, she's legit.
She's legit.
I'm going to call her.
Hey.
She said she does it across the country.
Yeah, I'm down. Get Becca for your wedding, whenever that is. You have something to tell us?
No.
You have news to share?
It'll be one day.
Okay. I mean, I thought you had something to come up with now. I don't just thought you were teasing something. Something interesting we get for the past couple seasons, we haven't gotten all the wedding gifts. I think we got every wedding gift this season so far. We got his gift from her is a disposable camera, which I feel like when you're getting married at first sight, they say, okay, you can do something really personal. You can get to something that means a lot to you. Or we have this list of stuff that you can just pick from and we'll buy it and just give it to them. I feel like disposable camera is on that list.
Yeah, because I saw it as there's sometimes a gift for you and then there's a gift for us. This is a gift for us. Definitely not.
Of you getting ready or something.
Yeah, this is definitely an us thing.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know what to get him. I'll just get him a disposable camera. I feel like that's the go-to on Married at First Sight. At least it wasn't one of those easily identifiable Polaroid cameras. But her gift, her gift from him was interesting because it was perfume, and it's the same brand that she wears all the time. So really creepy, really crazy. This is a perfume she always wears. How did he know to get her that perfume? Which was very interesting, very, very odd.
So she did say on After Party that that perfume is from a boutique that she knows the store clerk really well. and he went there and asked the store clerk for advice for what to get, and the store clerk recommended that one. Here's my conspiracy theory. She knows the store clerk really well. Maybe the store clerk knew she was going on Married at First Sight, and then he comes in and he's like, look, I know it's going to sound wild, but I'm getting married at first sight and I'm trying to get a gift. I don't know anything about her. And the store clerk was like, let me get to work. Because what if it's her?
It wouldn't be the weirdest conspiracy theory about this season, that's for sure.
Right.
Hey, who knows? Whatever. Maybe, it's a small town. Maybe it's the only perfume they sell in town. Who knows?
They have two options.
Yeah. You got a 50% chance of being right. So they get ready to walk down the aisle. He's sweating it. He's nervous. He's getting ready to go in. His mom comes to talk to him. Now let's remember, Austin's mom is the one that was very not in favor of this at all, and she comes and tells him basically the same thing. It's like, listen, I was very unhappy about this at first, and you think the next thing is like, but I've learned to live with it. No, she's like, but you're a grown man, so you can do whatever you want. You can make your own mistakes. You can make your own mistakes, basically, is what she's saying.
I was like, where was that energy when he first told her that he was a grown man?
It feels like the same energy. Like, I can't tell you what to do. Make your own mistakes. I'm sure this is going to turn out horribly. But she doesn't say that. She said, you're a grown man. You can make your own decisions. Hope you find love. And I hope she loves you. In a confessional, he says, this is a huge risk, but it's worth it if he meets someone that he's with for the rest of his life. He comes into the chapel / barn to get married. She's with all of her bridesmaids, she's with her friends, she's with her mom. She says, all their creative. Her friend says she has it all: creative, driven, makes everyone around her better, and she's so excited for her. These are some compared to Emily's friends. These are friends.
Yes, these are top-notch friends.
Yes, for sure. She says she feels like her friends have made her feel like she deserves a good guy. Her friends taught her to believe in herself and not to settle. The wedding begins, and from the moment the wedding started, I was like, wow, this might work. Because she comes in and she is just so giddy and excited and she's waving to everyone. She's so happy. And she turns the corner to the aisle. She's like, hey. And he's like, hey. And they're already friends. He seems happy. She's walking out. She's like, oh my God, I want to hug everyone. Yeah. She's just a bundle of joy. And I think immediately his nerves start to calm down when he sees how excited she is to be getting married.
Because how could you not? Like, her excitement was like infectious.
Sure.
And like the way she came in smiling and just like it just was a huge sigh of relief for him to be like, oh my gosh, okay, that's her. Wow, okay, this is great. This is gonna be great.
She seems cool. Like she seems like the person that's really good at like breaking the ice at a room full of strangers. Like she can come in and be that person. It's very interesting. We learned on After Party that she had a signal for her bridesmaids if she found her groom hot. She double taps on the bottom of her bouquet to tell her friends, like, this guy's hot. Like, I like this guy. And she double tapped the flower. So she apparently really likes Austin, really likes the look of Austin. They showed Austin in his pre-wedding montage starting to shave. And I was like, oh, good. He's going to get rid of that horrible 5 o'clock shadow beard.
He shaved that.
Me not remembering that I saw that in their wedding picture and commented on it last week. And I'm like, oh, good, he's shaving. I'm like, what? No, you made it even thinner. You either go full beard or you go clean shaven. I don't know what this 5 o'clock shadow nonsense is.
No in between?
No in between. That looked horrible. Come on, Austin. Come on. Let's clean it up.
Look, like his mom said, he's a grown man. He can do what he wants to do.
He can make his own mistakes. And that was awful. Like, you look like you just got out of bed. It's just what it looks like. But yes, he is getting emotional. She has to get him a tissue. And it's like, all right, dry your eyes there, Nancy. You're fine. You're good. So he's getting emotional. We get to Becca's family and friends. What they want him to know about Becca. She is smart and strong-minded, likes to take charge. She is a wedding photographer. She captures people's best moments, like she will capture your heart. but being late is a personality trait for her. And it's funny because Becca's like, "Oh, are you someone that likes to be on time?" And he looks out of the crowd and like, "No, he's always late."
Right.
Mom is like, "No, he's always like, he's terrible. I hate him."
Right. He's never been on time a day in his life.
Yeah, he's a bum. They tell him, "Don't be afraid to be forward and transparent. She is the coolest, nerdiest sex vixen you will ever meet." And if Austin's mom didn't like her before, she was like, "Oh my God.
What did she say?
Girls, oh, sex. My boy has never had sex." She's a gold digger. But yes, Austin's friends and family want her to know that she is marrying, say it with me, folks, a born and bred Colorado guy. we have to be reminded he is a Coloradan.
Wait. Where is he
from? Where is he from? Is he from Florida?
Is it Texas?
No, he's a Colorado guy. He is Coloradan. And they say, but he is always late. I was like, oh wow, that's very interesting for those things. A personality trait they both have that they're both put in their friends and family want you to know segment.
Yeah.
They say he is a loyal guy and he has kept his friends close for many years, and now that includes her. And they hope that she is all that he hopes that she is. They get to the vows. Becca's vows are that she never wants to stop learning about him. She will laugh with and at you. She promises to be vulnerable and honest, even when it's not easy. And she promises to share her N64. That's when he reveals he has an N64 too.
Like, oh my God.
And they are both into Yoshi and Toad in Mario Kart. And she says, while this may be our first adventure, it won't be our last. His vows are marriage. He lets her know marriage is very important to him. He promises to give this his. I need you to work on your delivery, Austin. He says, I promise you this is my best shot. This guy sounds like, I'm gonna give it my best shot, but if it don't work, it don't work. I mean, listen, I'll try.
Look, my intentions are good. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to give this my all. I really do.
I just don't think it's gonna work. Like I'm very pessimistic about this.
No promises. I can't guarantee you anything. I cannot.
I'm gonna try it. I'm a little pessimistic, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
He's like, I'm gonna give it my best effort, but let me remind you, I'm a C student.
I always tell people I'll give my best shot to be on time, but as you've heard, I'm always late. So take that for what you will. He says he promises to treat her with kindness and respect, hopes they can become best friends, and he's excited to build a life together better than either of them could have imagined. He messes up reciting the vows, and then he puts the ring on her finger and he boops her after he puts the ring on her face, like boop. It was during these moments I was like, they seem kind of perfect for each other at this point.
Yes.
Like, they are both really goofy and silly.
Mm-hmm.
And then something really interesting happens. They say in accordance with Becca's religion, they're going to do the Jewish breaking of the glass, which is where the groom steps on the glass to break the glass in Jewish tradition. They all scream Mazel Tov as he does it. So I'm wondering if we have a mixed faith couple, or is he Jewish also? I don't know what was happening. I don't
know, because his whole side said Mazel Tov too.
Yeah, so they didn't act like it was crazy that they're doing this. I'm just wondering what the combination is here.
Yeah,
maybe an interesting thing to come up with later.
Mm-hmm.
So they get married. They walk down the aisle. They did kiss at the aisle. Everyone kissed at the altar. So
yeah,
no.
Well, we still have one more couple to go.
That's true. Claire and Cameron still have to get married. The three that we have seen so far, they're all kisses at the altar.
Yeah.
And Michael kissed his hand. They sit down together.
Why you got to do him like that? Poor Michael.
They sit down. She says, in a confession, she says, he's really cute. She said, I think I'll keep him. So they sit down to talk. She lets him know off top she doesn't drink, but is fine with him drinking. They appear to have some non-alcoholic wine there. Or champagne, what do you want to call it? In a confessional. Yeah, in a confessional, she says.
I wasn't going to correct you because you know how you get.
No, I get. How do I get it? Correctly anytime
You would have acted like it was the most. Oh,
champagne, Aysha Welch, champagne.
Exactly. Yes.
You brought it up. You opened the door. In a confessional, she says he seems to be really nice and kind and sweet and genuine. They're kissing a lot. I was like, okay, I like this. I like this. She loves he has emotion because F the patriarchy. I said, okay, you go, girl. He tells her about his living situation. Like, listen, I live with. This is something Michael should have done back in the day. He said, listen, just so you know off top, I live with a woman. Becca doesn't care. She says, that's fine, whatever. It's whatever. They confirm they're the same age. He goes, I'm 31. She's like, yeah, I'm 31 too. And she goes, 1991? Like, that's when you got, that's when you were born?
Well, listen. She had to ask because baby, he hasn't had his birthday yet.
Yeah, the months can be different. I was like 1991. He's like, yeah, I just said I was your same age. They swap some facts about themselves. He's in sales. He sells solar. I was like, oh gosh, is this the guy that walks door to door and asks me if I want to put solar panels on my house? No, Austin, I do not. Thank you. She tells about her wedding photography business. She's been in business 10 years. She goes all across the country for her wedding photography business, which is interesting. Yeah, I mean, listen, the vibes are vibing. They say they feel like they know each other already. I have totally turned my tune around on them. I really think they can do very well together.
I feel well, let me explain how I feel. Let's do our colors for them. We're gonna change our background colors if you missed last week. To how we're feeling about them.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that they've met, we're gonna turn our background to how we're feeling about them in 1, 2, 3. Yay! So I'm green. Jason's green. We both feel very optimistic about them. I think this was very telling. I was just thinking, I don't know, because we've gotten such a strong impression from his mom. I was like, she knows something we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But now that they have met, they seem so similar. They seem like they're going to get along really well. I think they're going to have a great time together, which I think will be huge. Because a lot of these couples, if you purely just enjoy each other's company, then it's looking up from there. Because I think even some of the couples that have, like, if I think of like what was it? Oh, Eris and Jasmine, or if I think about like a Mitch and Kristen, they got along well eventually, but it was that initial stuff that like they didn't realize, oh, we will get along so well. It was like they ended up there, but it's too late because we're already past the romance, right? Like we know it's not going to work out, but we know we enjoy each other's company. But if they enjoy it from the beginning, I think it'll be a lot easier for them to be open to each other. So I feel good about them.
Yeah, their personalities just seem to mesh and to click well with each other. You could just it was a chemistry thing right off the bat. Just like, okay, yeah, this seems like they already know each other. This seems like they're going to really get along together. So yeah, I'm very high on them after they have met. So yeah, that's that.
Awesome.
Where are we going next?
We're going to go ahead and talk about the one of the other weddings we saw this episode, which was Lauren and Orion. Y'all been knew how I felt about them, and it was only confirmed. What?
Really? Okay. If you say so.
What? Okay. I don't know how you could feel any differently.
It was only confirmed. Okay, it's interesting.
Are you trolling? How is
no?
Is this real life? I'm sorry. Right, what?
No, I'm not saying that I've had bad vibes, but I didn't have like overwhelmingly good vibes from this.
Interesting. So you hate love?
Oh. You think they're already in love is what you took from this?
Love at first sight. Make sure y'all subscribe to Love at First Sight feed. So we make it to their wedding day. We already saw their dress and suit shopping last episode. So the wedding day, You know, they're getting ready before they walk down the aisle. Lauren she's like, I just want a hug from my husband. You know, it's real cold today. I wish I could just have a hug from my husband.
I hope he's big enough to keep me warm. I said,
that's your concern?
That's not my concern. But she said it.
Oh, and someone else someone in the Facebook group pointed out a great observation because we were talking about their heights last week. She's wearing heels. We were saying, oh, she's barely. Okay. He's taller than her.
That's fine.
Oh my God.
She said,
so anyway,
I hope he's big enough to keep me warm. You know they kept that in there because he's not, right? You understand that.
Who cares? That's why blankets exist. Okay. That's why they're not going to work out because he's not big enough to keep her warm.
I'm not saying that. I don't know why you're taking Laura Ryan so personally.
Because I don't see how you see what you see.
I just thought it was an interesting observation that she's like, I hope he's big enough to keep me warm. I was like, keep wishing. Keep hoping.
Oh my God. So she's very excited. Anyway, she's very excited. So her friends point out, they're like, we know physical attraction is not your number one thing. So that was interesting because they obviously her friends know her really well. Mm-hmm. And so I wonder, is that like from past relationships that they've seen that or what? But she hopes that she hopes that they're going to have like an open communication. He'll be able to tell her what's wrong. He doesn't expect her to like be a mind reader. And so these are just like, you know, those initial wants. And so he gives her a gift. So he gifted her some turquoise beads that he said very important to him, to his culture. And so he said, so his ancestors can know who she is, and kind of meet her before he does. And so she says she feels like they're already pretty much spiritually connected. What do you think about his gift?
I thought it was good. I thought it was a good way to kind of prep her for how cultural he is and how he feels about his values and what he likes and what he does. I thought it was interesting. She's like, I'm not going to wear this today, but I'll wear this at some point in the future because this does not go with a white wedding dress. But you know,
right.
I wonder if he gave it to her hoping that she would wear it, you know, walking down the aisle or something. I wonder. You know, we didn't really.
I feel like if you have that hope, you got to put that in the letter too.
Yeah, I don't know what there was no indication of whether he was disappointed or not that she didn't see her in them walking down the aisle, but I just thought that would have been I wonder if that was his thought process going into that.
Oh, I don't know. So we switch over to him and he's feeling clammy. He said he's been looking for someone since he was 13 years old, because his grandparents had like an everlasting love story.
But guess who's also there with him, Aysha?
Who?
The infamous Dominic is there with
oh my God, Ryan. I didn't even notice.
His best buddy is there with him. I was like, oh, okay, this is Dominic. Cool. I'm sure we met him in the first episode, but you know.
But now all of a sudden you care.
He was such an important figure in the after party last week.
So his friends were like, you know, what do you have an idea of what you think she looks like? And he's like, look, I'm staying away from that. I'm more so focusing on like my wants, like healthy reciprocation, positive reinforcement, personal values, all the stuff you're supposed to care about. Good on you, Orion. So he receives a gift from her. It's a flask. And he was like, they were like, oh, it's a flask. He was like, a nice one. I was like, he would have loved anything. He just seems like such a sweet guy. He's like, it's a nice flask.
Over $20 easily.
So it includes some rum that she has bottled, that she bottled herself in Puerto Rico. So I thought that was cool. And then he's explaining also, like, he's putting his hair in a bun, because Indigenous men wear hair in a bun wrapped in like thread. So he's explaining the significance of that. And then he talks more about that to her later. But he's about to walk down the aisle. His mom greets him, which I don't think we had met her up to this point. Because I was like, I don't think we met his mom.
Yeah, I don't think so, because I think when he was like, he dropped the news of what he was doing, I think it was just his sister and his friends, I think.
Gotcha. And then back in the bridal suite, you know, like you get like the old, the something old, something new, something, and then something blue.
Something borrowed, something blue.
Borrowed, yes. So she got the something old, which was a bracelet from their granny. And then her sister-in-law brought her a keychain with her mom's picture on it. So she was very excited, like happy about that. So that her mom could be with her on this day. So she's ready to meet him. She's ready to go, right? So he has walked down the aisle. She walks down the aisle, and I was just ready for this moment. I'm like, what is this about to be? Is it going to be like a, or is it going to be like a, oh my gosh, hey.
I guess so. Timid walk down the aisle.
Right. I think it was last season with Dominique. She just like avoided eye contact.
Like, looking down the floor.
It wasn't a good sign. I was like, look how that worked out. So as soon as she turns the corner, they lock eyes. But they're both smiling. They're both smiling. I was like, okay, this is good. He says that she looks phenomenal. She tells him right away she likes his earrings because he has on these like white shell earrings, or they're like white circles. And she tells him right away she likes his earrings. And then she just like, I don't know if you noticed, but like the wedding gets started. Like the officiant is speaking. She does not take her eyes off of him. He's like looking at the officiant. He looks at her. He looks at the audience. Like the normal like eye motions. She was locked and loaded, like looking at him. I don't know if it was like, is it reality setting in? Like, oh my gosh, I'm about to get married at first sight, or she's just like
probably
taking in his energy. But I was like, this feels like a good sign. It's like she. So they get started with the officiant says like her family wants him to know she's an original masterpiece. Be ready for an adventure of a lifetime. She's a free-spirited Sagittarius woman. She was raised to be bold, outspoken, and fearless. And he says the experts hit it. So he's happy with what he's heard. Yeah. His family wants her to know there's a lot more to him that meets the eye. He can fix a car. He can do a lot of handy stuff. And he's still learning to put his hair in a bun. And so she was like, look, I got you. He'll share his family and tradition with her. He grew up in a matriarchy. And so once the officiant finishes, she said, okay, the experts did good for me too. She does her vows. She says she may make promises that she may fall short of. She'll continue. She says continue to choose her every day. Like she will continue to choose him. She wants to seek connection over correction, looking for mutual growth. She promises him an adventure. His vows were he promises easy communication, promises that the man standing before her is the best version of himself. A little bit different than Austin's promise.
A little bit. Listen, I'm gonna give this like 80%. I can't even promise you 100.
This is a version of me. I can't tell you if it's the best.
Listen, you love it or leave it, right? Like this is the best you're gonna get. So take it or leave it. That's all I can say.
Right.
I'm gonna try, Orion, but I can't guarantee nothing.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So Orion said, look, this is the best version of myself. And he said someone somewhere has been listening to his prayers. And so then it's time to say I do. She says I do so quickly. He says I do. And then it's time to kiss. And he asked her, he asked if she would like a kiss. And then they kiss.
I don't think she was prepared for what she gonna get when she said yes, she would like a kiss.
Oh, he wanted a kiss.
He was all up in it. I was like, oh, okay.
He's excited. Can you blame him?
I think it's more nerves than anything else. He was all up in there. I was like, okay, calm down, man. Hey, been a while, Ryan, hasn't it? Has it been a while?
He's getting married. He said he has been excited about getting married since he was a teenager.
Has it been that long since he kissed anybody? Like,
no, those have nothing to do with each other. What are you talking about?
It was just the way that he was he was going at it. I was like, oh my god, okay, all right, you okay? You all right?
He's excited.
I forgot I was talking to a Ryan's and everyone's staying. I'm sorry. I should be careful with my words.
You should, because I don't get it. So they sit down after they have said their I do's, and he says that she's putting him at ease a lot. He's happy. He's so happy to meet her. She says her husband is tall and cute. She tells us that. Professional. She does ask him how old he is. He's 27. She's 31. She says she has never dated someone younger. And then he says he's a Sagittarius Libra. And she said, what? Sagittarius sun, Sagittarius moon, Libra rising. He's like, yeah.
Get out of here. Are you serious?
He said, I am also a Sagittarius sun, Sagittarius moon, Libra rising. I just thought it was so funny. She kept saying the moon, the sun, moon, and rising. And she could say like Sag Libra. But they're the same big three, which on After Party, who said it? Who was on After Party?
Emily,
Michael,
and Becca. Yeah, Becca's
okay.
the other
Emily
one
said it.
astrology.
Emily said she was really big into astrology, and that like that's very rare to find somebody with the same big three. So she's like, that could be interesting. Whatever it means.
I have no idea what any of that was about.
So she says that he checks a lot of her boxes. She's like, not that there are boxes that need to be checked, but he does check a lot. She says how she did her own hair for the wedding, which her hair looked great. So that was very impressive. He explains she asked about the yarn that's on his bun. And so he explains that like his hair being pulled in a bun represents life, or his hair represents life. And when it's pulled up in a bun, it just means you're of sound mind. And she says like, she really likes his like look. She's like, he's just he looks really good. He looks like a really good put together person. And he is not a slouch. So she says her biggest fear, like going into this, was that he wouldn't like her, that he was going to look at her and be like, it was washed away when she got dressed and saw herself and was like, oh no, he's going to like this.
I said, okay, confidence, come on through.
That is
earned confidence.
Right.
Very well earned. I agree with you 100%, Laura.
Like, you better know your worth. And so she said that she's like, she knew the once she saw herself get dressed, like, okay, he's gonna like this. And then she says, and then she was like, and just so you know, I'm even better on the inside. She's selling herself.
She took it to 1,000 levels above that. She's like, listen, if you think this good, what's on the inside is even. I said, dang, she is hyping herself up. I'm here for it. I'm here
as she should.
Yes. And
then he says she's everything that he envisioned. So I love them.
We couldn't tell.
How do you feel about them? How do you feel about them?
Are we going to reveal our lights? I'm sure I don't even need to ask you what yours are.
I just need, before we get to that, I need more. I need to hear your thoughts. You've been very tight-lipped.
You're going to be very upset. You're going to be very upset with me. Oh my gosh. I got friend vibes. I really did. I didn't get like automatic chemistry vibes like I think you got. She was like, he's cute. I was like, oh, cute is not a good word in this situation, I don't think. Cute is a friend zone word to me. Becca was like, Austin's hot. Laura was like, he's cute.
Hot's not in everybody's vocabulary though.
No, but it was the way she said it. It was the tone. It's like, he's cute. Mm-hmm.
No, you're putting that on her. She didn't say it in that tone. She did say cute, but not in that tone.
The tone that I got from her throughout this whole thing was like, let me be very nice to this man. And I got friend vibes. He was extremely nervous throughout the whole thing. You could tell he was pretty quiet. You know, and I just I felt friend vibes. That's what I felt. You thought it was love at first sight when they saw each other, apparently.
Listen. I didn't get friend vibes, obviously.
Yes, obviously.
The vibes that I got were that they were not what the other was expecting. Right? Like, I don't think either one of them, if they had painted a picture of who the experts would have matched them with, they would have painted each other. However, they are very pleasantly surprised that, oh my gosh, like this is there. I just feel like the vibes I was getting from them sitting down talking to each other was literally taking each other in. Like, I am learning about you. You are like, this is the biggest surprise to me, but there's something here.
Okay. I mean, it felt so complimentary to me, like overly complimentary. Like you're very nice
give
guy.
Compliments.
It was just a vibe. It was a vibe I was getting. The tone that they were giving each other felt very friend zone. That was my feeling. It could change. It could definitely they could be smitten with each other in no time. Like, I feel like you already feel like they are. I feel like if we were doing our ratings, you'd already be at a 5 right now. I feel like that's where you would be.
And what about it?
Hey, and listen, you are welcome to your own opinion. I'm welcome to my opinion. My opinion is that they are right now at this moment, which is not to be unexpected. They don't know each other. They're complete strangers. I think what I'm butting up against is your extreme confidence in them. Whereas I am like, this is kind of the kind of usual Married at First Sight. These are strangers that just met. But the vibe I got from Becca and Austin can't even compare to this vibe I'm getting from Lauren and Ryan. Becca and Austin, their vibe is off the charts. Lauren and Ryan is like,
not even compare. I think
they're simmering.
So there were like 2 different cuts of this show, and I saw one and you saw another, because there's no way we watched the same show.
You think Lauren and Ryan's vibe matched Becca and Austin's vibe?
They're different people.
I know that, but I'm saying the level of confidence you have in them is at the same level or different level.
Yeah, it's definitely not more. It's this. It's as optimistic as you can be, because I wasn't that high on Becca and Austin before they met, and now that they met, I'm like, oh, looks good. Yeah. I was already high on Lauren and Orion, and now that they met, I'm like, this is exactly what I expected to happen.
I think they're
what we'll be telling? Once we get all the weddings and we get this season on Married at First Sight.
Well, of course, yes.
I mean, it's not going to be a spoiler in terms of it's not going to tell us but if we'll get to see, how are things going to be?
Yeah.
Because they love to show all the highlights and then show if there's any conflict. So
I mean, this season on sets the tone for the whole season, and we'll see at that point. But I'm getting like very complimentary friend vibes from them at the moment.
No, I'm getting my spouse is my best friend vibes.
Then we are watching 2 very different shows.
I'm not alone in this opinion. You see the Facebook group.
Yeah, I know you're not alone in this opinion. We'll see what the Facebook group thinks when they hear this. I don't know. I think there's some people on my side as well, so we'll see. We'll put out a poll in the Facebook group. I think
Gina will agree with me. She feels like we're getting the same vibe.
Okay, that's fine.
Anyway,
give me your color. Can have your opinions. We're still doing that. I think my color is
3, 2.
Oh, I'm not there. Hold on. I gotta pull up my settings. Hold on. Yeah. All right, I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Ugh.
No surprise. He said, "Ugh." You me?
I did.
No surprise.
I don't think you get on the same page.
I am at a yellow. Aysha's at a green. I don't know. I think a little this is coming from you just really identifying with Lauren. That's what I'm getting.
I just feel like they make sense. We even saw an after party, like how like Michael agreed with Rudy. They all were basically like they weren't that optimistic before, and then now they're like it's just
unlike you.
They're
you
so
optimistic
unique
at the very beginning,
right? I was, and she's like they're so unique that it works.
Okay.
I think it was Emily said they're so different, but like they're so different, but it works. And then even Becca was like speechless.
Yeah.
After their conversations with, I was like, that could go either way. I don't know what the speechlessness was for, but
listen,
yeah, no,
I want to be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I like both Lauren and Orion as people, so I hope they get together and make beautiful wedding and beautiful marriage
on
together.
This podcast.
What'd you say?
We don't hate anyone on this podcast.
No, not at all.
Right.
I hope
so of course you like them as people.
Yeah, I hope they have a wonderful marriage together. I hope I'm wrong about the friend vibe. And yeah,
you stress me out.
I can tell you're very stressed about my opinion about Lauren and Orion. So let's ease the tension.
Who do you want to talk about next?
Let's ease the tension and get to Emily and Brennan, who I don't know. They sat outside and talked. End of segment. So yeah, we saw them get married last episode. They were on the way outside the chapel. They get outside. They sit down. He gets this nice big puffy North Face jacket. She gets like a shawl to put around her shoulders. I was like, can y'all give her like a nice big jacket too? I don't understand that.
I know. And it seems cold. I mean, yeah. I'm a Texan, okay? I live in Texas. But I would just imagine when they're sticks. Right. Yeehaw. When I see thick snow.
She's a typical Texas girl.
Don't mess with me in my cowgirl boots. I don't own a pair of cowgirl boots. But I just imagine snow that thick. It's cold.
Yes, you can see all their breasts when they were talking outside. It's like, shouldn't we do this somewhere indoors, maybe? I know that Married at First Sight has this obsession with the getting to know you being outside the venue, but
it has to be.
Can we do this in the heat somewhere? Can we? Like, Lauren and Ryan got to do theirs inside somewhere. Lauren was like, baby, I'm not doing this outside. You better get me inside. That ain't happening here. Nope. She was not having it. All the little people were like, okay, I'll do whatever you want, Mr. Producer. Lauren was like, nope, you're not getting me outside. You better you gonna follow me in here. We're gonna do it in here.
They said we have a script that we stick to. The get to know you is outside. Like, I don't know why I specifically can remember like Katina and Olajuwon outside because they were standing at like that table.
They're like in a park. It was like it's next to some trees.
Right. They were like, wait, producers, Monterey, it is below freezing.
Monterey, I'm not about to be sitting out here in this, 20 degree weather doing this little talking. We going inside, Monterey. I don't care what you do. I'm going inside. If y'all want to follow me, you can follow me, okay? But if you want me and Orion to be sitting down talking, we're going to go and do it inside in the heating, okay? That's it. Right.
Meanwhile, Emily and Brennan. So, how old are you?
Do you like to party? Yes, Emily and Brennan outside doing their little getting to know you in their, big puffy jackets. And, Brennan pops the bubbly. And pretty much the first thing that comes out of Emily's mouth. So, does your family like to party? What? Okay. Girl. All right. He says, well, my dad, I'm 100% Russian. My dad pretty much hydrates using vodka instead of water. So, he can get pretty wild. What the hell is going on here?
I felt like this. So the joke went over my head because I was like, really? That can't be great hydration. But then I was like, oh, maybe he was joking. I was like, he didn't smile.
Maybe Brennan is one of those, we just don't understand the humor where, who was that last season where they're like, I was joking and he was never seen to be joking. Oh yeah, Mac, who was always joking, but never really expressed it in a joking manner. Maybe he's that guy. Who knows?
Maybe. But meanwhile, Emily, does your family play spades or dominoes?
In a confessional, Brennan says the vibes are amazing. He likes that she is so bubbly and confident. Now, I know that this next part, I know that you just squealed about. They talk about pets. She says, I really want to get a dog. She says, I really want to get a sheepadoodle. He's like, I love sheepadoodles. Now, again, do you or do you not? I don't understand. Are you joking or are you being serious?
Right, like was he mocking her?
Yeah, what are you for real or what? Because it sounds like something I would do to my wife. She says something like, "Oh yeah, I love that." I don't really know what the heck she's talking about. So I don't know. What is a sheepadoodle? No, I knew that you were showing. So what is a sheepadoodle?
Here's show and tell for the people that are watching on YouTube.
Yeah, how close it is to a mulchy poo?
Okay, so Maltese Poos are Maltese, Shih Tzu, and Poodle. Sheepadoodle is it's mixed with a poodle, but then Old English sheepdog. So it's an Old English sheepdog and a poodle. So here's a sheepadoodle, real cute.
Okay, I mean that kind of looks like what you got, to be honest.
Not you saying it like it's a purse. That kind of look like that thing you got.
Yeah, those two things you got.
They do, yeah. They're all doodle mixes.
Oh, okay.
But except for sheepadoodle is way bigger. Like sheepadoodle's average like 50 to 85 pounds, where Pepper and Cinnamon are 15 pounds and 22 pounds.
Okay, interesting.
Get you a sheepadoodle.
Yeah. That's what y'all come here for, sheepadoodle talk.
Yeah. Hey, look, if anybody out there has some type of poodle mix or any dog really, and you're in the Facebook group, post your dog.
Oh, here we go. Inundated with dog pictures now.
And every picture that people post, I need you to give a description about how you feel about that dog. You got a lot of homework this week.
Okay.
Birth time.
What dogs mean to me.
Yes. How do you feel? Does that look like that thing I got?
That thing you got? That thing. Are we doing colors for them, or is it no point? We really didn't get any new information.
Oh, that was it, huh? Yeah.
That was it. That was our segment.
That is really hard. It's hard. Like, I feel like right now we're getting like from this. I felt like we got more of his personality than hers.
I didn't feel like we got any personality from Brendan. I didn't feel like we got anything from.
Well, the little jokes that weren't jokes, but I think.
Yeah, I didn't get much from either of them really in this segment. I don't even know why. I guess they had to show something of them, and they were like, "All right, let's do this." So we have to re-air Michael's segment from last week. So let's.
Yeah, they strike me as the couple that just can't click. Like not click. They just can't find the spark. Like there's always going to be something. I don't know what that's based off nothing. Like that's just the vibe I'm getting is that she's going to be like, why? I don't know what it is. Like there's just something missing. And he's like unbothered.
Yeah, we did get on After Party the information that she got him knives for his gift because we didn't see that in the show. And I do remember like previews of where he's talking about as long as you don't use those knives on me. So I don't know if is it going to be in the next episode?
That's him joking. He's a comedian.
Boy,
so I will say that it does feel like because they've harped on it so much, this is probably going to be a reoccurring conversation about her never being in a relationship. and
It's
the
gonna be
issues that they have.
It's gonna be the Iris Virgin thing.
Yes,
We're
it's
never
gonna
gonna
be
hear from
anytime something comes up. Well, maybe it's just because you've never been in a relationship.
Yep.
Oh God,
100%.
isn't he the one that's from New York?
Yes, because I get him confused with Austin, but we do know that Austin is from Colorado. So we can't forget that. So
Right.
Brendan's the one from New York. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's because they give me heavy Virginia and Eric vibes.
Yeah.
So
definitely that's their comp for sure. 100%.
That's their comp. We have comps.
I got a comp for someone else coming up.
Michael?
No.
Okay.
Cameron and Claire. Yeah, those two.
Okay.
All right.
Why'd you say it like that?
Claire.
Oh, you were saying it like Cameron.
Yeah. Well, I was trying.
Even though he hasn't said it yet.
Yeah, he hasn't said it yet. Yeah, so we won't bother with the colors.
Yeah, we don't know enough.
Yeah,
not enough information. It's like those word problems in school. Not enough information.
Yeah, I feel like we could not get a good vibe check on these two at all.
Yeah, it was difficult this week. So yeah, let's talk about Michael and old girl.
Old girl.
We don't know. Okay, Mystery
girl.
Woman X.
Mystery Woman X. So listen, guys, we pulled a lot of strings, and we got y'all. Actually, let's wait and do this as we get into the segment.
Okay. So basically, what the Married at First Sight editors did, they said, remember the beginning of episode 1? Let's just highlight. Let's copy that. Let's paste it in the middle of episode 2.
We can do a preamble, and then we'll get. When I saw him getting ready, I was like, "Wait, are we really doing this?"
I said, "Am I being punked?"
We were spoiled already. Like, what? We know what's gonna happen. Like, why are you making us go through this?
I'm telling you. They treat this show as if every episode is the first time you've watched this show. They try to, like, any random person you could pick up episode 12 and you're going to get some context from, like, you'll be able to understand what's going on. Because there's so much repetitiveness.
So much.
So yeah, he's getting ready for his wedding. He's calmer than he thought he'd be. He's hoping for instant connection. Talks about how his mom and his sister aren't there, but he did FaceTime them. He talks about how his style is eclectic. And his friend said if she has a problem with his style, or like his friend asked him, like, what would you do if she did have a problem with your style? And he was like, look, if she does, then we got bigger problems.
They said he's eclectic. They went on to show a bunch of pictures of him. And not even anything that crazy. It was like he had a bunch of tank tops on. Yeah, I was like, this is what you chose to show about his eclecticness? It wasn't even that crazy. Now, what he's wearing after party. They should have
showed after party.
That was crazy. I was like, wait, I don't even know what to call this. I don't know if this is eclectic. I don't know what this is.
He had on a grill that Jason missed.
I missed the grill. I don't know how I missed that. I want him to take off the hat. I want to know what's going on with the head situation, because something was definitely up with the head situation. I don't know what was happening there. You could tell something was going on. You could peek under the hat, like, what's going on today? Like, take off the hat. Something's weird. Something weird is happening on your head. So he is definitely that is eclectic. That is interesting.
Yeah, he definitely expresses himself through his which sounds weird to say, but because people do, but I was like, he expresses himself through his appearance. Mm-hmm. But that's like his creative outlet, is his style. So he wants somebody who is independent and wants this relationship but doesn't need it. And so, which I feel like people these days are getting caught up in that mindset, because just the dating culture and just all the trivial dating, people are getting so used to being on their own, like single people are getting so used to being on their own. And then this mindset that he has of just like, she wants this relationship, doesn't need it, she's independent. It's like, I want the company, but I want to continue to have the freedom of my single life.
Like,
not freedom
clingy.
in like a non-committal way. What?
Don't be clingy.
Right.
Don't be a stage 5 clinger.
It's like they don't want somebody in their space. Like, okay, things are going great. How I'm living my life now. But yeah, so he does get a gift from the bride, which is the sword and the crown that we saw him wearing. So that's why he wore it, because he got this gift from Mystery Woman X.
Listen, gotta apologize to my guy Michael. I clowned him a little bit for wearing the sword and the crown. We didn't know at the time that those were gifts from the bride. So I mean, mea culpa.
Look at
sorry,
you.
Sorry, Michael. Yeah, look at me.
That won't be your first mea culpa of the season, or your last.
Oh boy, here we go.
I just can't wait for you to change your tune. And I could be completely wrong. If I'm completely wrong, I will own it. I will say it, because I'm coming off pretty strong.
You are.
I'm
coming off normal. I feel like I'm coming off normal. You're over the top. Like, no, they are OTP. How dare you say they might not work out? Like 95% of the other couples on this show, they will be forever together forever.
Listen, every season there has to be a couple that you just ride for. There's no rhyme or reason.
And you usually ride for the wrong ones. Your track record is not great.
No. There are people that I ride for in the past. I'm riding for them together.
Okay.
Like Stasha, Mirla, I knew that they were not working out with their people.
Alexis.
Alexis. Alexis and Justin. Boy, they are match made in heaven. No. Just rooting. I'm rooting for them together. Okay. Anyway, we're losing the plot. So he says that they matched him with the right woman. And she wrote him a letter saying, "I cannot wait to meet you."
Careful what you wish for.
What changed?
Yeah. Thought you were all like not about it before the wedding. Now you're sending him these love notes. What's up?
Right. So he walks down the aisle. They still won't show her family. This is the whole scene we talked to. Just if you want to know what happened, just go back to the beginning of our last podcast.
Wait, I mean, there was a moment we had like the whole thing where he's with his people. He's the like they're foreshadowing the worst. Like what happens if she doesn't like you? What happens if she says no or something? Like they're foreshadowing what we know is about to happen. And then there's this moment where it's the exact same scene we got in the first part of the first episode, like the exact same. And then there's more at they add on more stuff at the end, but this middle part is exactly what we saw in the first episode.
Yes, they still want to show her family. She walks down the aisle, which besides Becca, was she the only bride to walk out without anybody? Like she wasn't accompanied by anybody.
Yeah, I think that's probably accurate. I think,
which made me feel like that wasn't her. No, wasn't even no family support. I'm thinking it wasn't her.
So there is 1,000 conspiracy theories out there at this point about this Michael Mystery Woman X conspiracy. There's the whole sword and crown conspiracy, because up to a certain point he's wearing the crown, he has a sword, and then they cut to a certain moment and the sword and crown are just completely gone. So we're like, are those the reshoot moments? Are those the moments they made him go? I can't imagine how cruel that is, by the way. Just saying, okay, so we really want to get a good coverage of this. We're going to reenact you getting dumped at the altar. And so you just pretend like someone says something to you and you react, crestfallen and hurt. They're like, no, I need more pain on your face, Michael. More pain. Can you cry on command? We're going to need that to happen now. I can't even imagine them doing that, but I don't know. I feel like there's just a certain point where maybe producers were like, listen, we don't want you to have the crown, the sword in your whole marriage. thing. So we're gonna have to just make you take that off because we don't want it in the shot or whatever. Maybe that was it. But at that time, they probably knew that he wasn't getting married.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want we don't want the crown distracting from your devastation. We're gonna need you to take it off before she gets down the aisle.
Yeah. I mean, I do think another overly edited part was the voice that we heard.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't think I can do this. I don't want to marry a stranger. And then he's like, okay, I wish the best for you. Like, I respect that. Wow. What an amazing guy. I'm sorry. What?
It's like an NPC on a video game.
Wow.
Wow.
What an amazing guy.
He seems so amazing.
I'm sorry. I don't think I can marry a stranger. Thank you for the roses.
I hope you meet someone fantastic in your future. I hope you get everything that you ever wanted.
Sorry. What an amazing guy. What an amazing guy.
Press A. So yeah, it was definitely.
I was like, I couldn't believe it. I said, there's no way that's her.
It was definitely.
I think maybe it was her body. Like maybe that was actually her, and there was a voiceover, or both were not real.
So what's the most likely thing that happened? Right? They shot the whole thing, and then later down the line, she's like, "I'm suing y'all. You know, you can't use my likeness. Blah blah blah." So maybe this is months down the line afterwards. Like, okay, Michael, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get you and your friends and family back to this barn. No. We're gonna reshoot this whole thing, and we need some coverage. We need to make sure that we see someone walking away from you at the aisle. I just don't know what to believe. I don't know if we're ever going to get the true story about what's going on, what was reshot, what wasn't. But we do have a special treat for y'all. Okay, we pulled a lot of strings. We called people, and we found Mystery Woman X. Okay, so we have a exclusive interview that we're going to give you. She's coming on the line any second now, and what? Yeah, no, I'm doing a podcast. What? Yeah, I was going to do the dishes after come. No, you're going to do them now. All right, Asia.
All right, I'll hold for her.
We'll cut this out. But I apparently left dishes upstairs. My wife is on me about doing them. I gotta take care of it. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. If she comes on, just tell her wait a minute, and
okay,
we'll just cut all this out of the podcast.
I might get started without you, but we'll see.
I mean, listen, just tell her wait a second. I want to be in on this. Okay. I'm gonna dip out. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So while Jason is busy, we were able to. I might get started without him though, actually, because I just want to pick the brain of Mystery Woman X, because we have questions. Clearly, everybody here has questions that they want to know the answers to. So, actually, she's here. Hi, Mystery Woman X.
Hello. How are you?
And just so y'all know, we're using a voice changer because she wants to maintain her anonymity.
Yes.
So, Mystery Woman X, can we even know your name?
I'm afraid not. I cannot reveal any facts about myself due to the ongoing litigation that's going on right now with the show Married at First Sight. By the way, where is your? I was promised I was going to be able to meet Jason. Where is he?
He had to step aside real quick and handle some personal matters, so he may have to miss you. I know your schedule is tight, so he may not be able to join us for this interview.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I really wanted to meet Jason. He's so handsome, and he has such a velvety, smooth voice. I really wanted to get to know him a little better, but I guess we will continue. I guess I'll have to settle for you, I suppose.
Well, yes. Thank you for settling. I am glad you are a listener of the podcast specifically for him. So that's great. I mean, everybody, everyone has their favorites.
He's so hot. I love him so much.
Mystery Woman asks, did we come on here to talk about Jason and talk to you? Okay, sorry.
Wow. Wow. Very rude. I took my time to come on here, and you're very, very rude to me right now.
You know what you didn't take your time to do? Say no to my man Michael.
Well,
so can you explain?
Okay. So listen. Okay. I signed up for this show. It was a kinetic production. They did not tell me what show this was. I thought this was Love is Blind, Colorado. I signed the paperwork thinking this was Love is Blind, Colorado. And then they tell me, no, actually, this is Married at First Sight. And I said, what the hell is Married at First Sight? They said it's on Lifetime. I said, who watches Lifetime? Who watches anything on Lifetime? I cannot waste my time and energy on Lifetime. I need to save my star power for a more high profile show, like a Love is Blind, a Bachelor, something else in that nature. I cannot be wasting my star power on Married at First Sight. So I told them I couldn't go through with it. But next thing I know, there's this little short woman that comes to my door wanting to go through all my drawers and go through all my stuff, tell me what, why I'm good or not good for marriage. I kicked her out. I refused to go to any of the bachelorette parties. You thought I was there. I wasn't. I refused to go. Then I get dranked. I get darted. I wake up. I'm in a wedding dress. And they push me outside in the freezing cold and make me go up there and reject this guy. I don't know who he was. He had some weird crown and sword. I didn't know what was going on.
So the producers gave him that, not you.
Yeah, that was all production. That's another thing I'm suing them about. They're lying on me. It's all liable. None of that actually happened.
And so you then, like, when you were like, look, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to decline this. That's when you said, wow, what an amazing guy.
Yeah, that was all me. That you think that's a different person. That was definitely me. That's how I talk in real life. That's my real voice. Wow, what an amazing guy. See, it's the same thing. You can't tell with the voice changer, but it's the same thing. Trust me.
Okay. So did you make this decision? Okay. Given what you just told me, you were tricked and bamboozled into doing Married at First Sight. But when you saw Michael, that couldn't have changed your mind to actually go through with this? Like, hey, why not?
No, definitely not. Michael is not my type. My type is like, a really rugged guy, more like a born and bred Coloradan. Guys that like wear backwards baseball hats. Those guys.
5 o'clock shadows.
5 o'clock shadow. That guy, he really does it for me. So, the guy that I saw him at the altar, whoever that was, I don't know that man. Blessed be to him. I don't mean any harm, but not really my type of guy.
Okay, I'm not sold. I feel like you need to take my advice. You need to eventually show your face, because there are a lot of people out here who are upset and confused about what you did to Michael because you won't show your face.
I understand that, but I needed to come and clear my name because it's not my fault. It is all the production company, Kinetic. That's why I'm suing them right now for libel, for false advertisement. I was told I was going on Love is Blind, and that's it. Where is Jason? I feel like he would be much more sympathetic to me and my plight, because you don't seem to really be understanding.
Listen, woman to woman, I get it. We don't all want to get married at first sight, right? But I will say you have the personality for Love is Blind. Like, you are on brand,
Listen, I'm not against marrying a stranger, but I'm not doing it on Lifetime. Okay.
You want to be on Netflix.
I gotta be on at least a major national platform. ABC, NBC, Netflix. I cannot do it on Lifetime. That's no one's gonna see me there.
You know, the CW has a F-Boy Island now.
I mean, the CW is basically just one step above Lifetime. But listen, my lawyer's calling me. He's telling me I can't do this. I should be doing this. So I gotta go. Tell Jason.
Well, look, listen. I actually didn't want to give you a platform anyway, so this is great.
Oh, okay. Well, I will screw you too, lady. Tell Jason.
I will not tell Jason that you said hello.
Oh wow. Okay, you are just very belligerent and mean. I gotta go. Good.
Okay, y'all. That was too much. I didn't expect such hostility, but what can you expect when someone decides not to show their face and they have this very dramatic moment on television, and then it's just like we're left with all these questions. It's what happens. But look who's back from doing his dishes.
Yeah,
you missed her.
About that. Yeah, I apologize. Just duty calls, I guess. My wife had to, interrupt me in the middle of a podcast. I told her to stop doing that. So where's
do you need any water or anything? You sound a little hoarse.
No, not at all. What?
Okay.
I haven't been even talking. What's going on? So where is she?
We did it already. You missed nothing. She said nothing.
You brought her on here without me?
She was hostile. I was trying to get the juices flowing, right? I was trying to get her.
She was hostile, or you made her hostile?
She was hostile. She said, I don't like this podcast. What? I don't like either one of you. I feel like y'all don't cover the show fairly. And so I said, you can go.
So she didn't.
I was looking out for both of us.
She didn't mention me at all, though.
No, she said, isn't there a guy that also is on this? And I was like, yeah, Jason. Yeah, that's his name.
Oh, so wow. You try and do right by people, let them explain their side of the story, and I guess
we try to give her a platform, but whatevs.
I just wish I could have been here to talk to her, because I definitely wasn't
next
here.
time.
Yeah, next time for sure. Next time we have an anonymous person, I will definitely be here to talk to them. But anyway,
it wasn't right that you missed an interview, but it's okay.
Yeah,
so that hopefully that was a treat that y'all got to hear from her.
I guess I'll listen to the podcast when it comes out.
That's something you could do. Yeah. Not like this is recorded or anything.
Yeah,
you get that water.
I mean, I have water all the time. It has nothing to do with anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's see. Well, okay, we did get more from Michael. He said he feels like okay. Well,
now that this real next interview really threw you off.
I didn't quite understand what I wrote. But his friends are comforting him. His friends are they are very upset that she wasted everybody's time. And they said they will be upset for him. And he starts crying.
Like, she came here, she wasted our time. We'll be upset for you, Mike. I was like, okay, yeah, you seem pretty upset. Like
they are very supportive friends. I felt like they were there for him in the most appropriate way.
He's like, I had Broncos tickets that I sold to be here today, and she pulls this nonsense. She pulls this crap.
And he did say on After Party, like he's like he could not have gotten through that without his friends. He ends up crying. So I just love seeing that. Like he felt vulnerable enough with his friends to be like, look, I can show this emotion in front of y'all. And he knew, like, of course this could happen. But no one thinks that it will. And it didn't turn out like he hoped. He really hoped his journey would be different.
What are the odds, right? 16 seasons.
Yes.
How many couples, and this is the first time it's happened. Like, you can't mention this again. It couldn't be me, right? Like, it's not going to happen to me.
Not me.
Yeah.
And so he said he sees it as a failure. And he said maybe marriage isn't in the cards for him. was like, oh, Michael.
Poor guy. Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah. And so he doesn't want to, like, they have him walk into the reception area with no one there. I was like, why would y'all do that?
Why you put this poor man through all this?
So he walks in. He says he doesn't want today to influence how he approaches future women. And he has a letter from her saying, can't express how sorry I am to not give this marriage a chance it deserves. You couldn't have been more gracious. You're a true gentleman and a kind soul. And then she left a box of like the gifts he got her. Like he got her like a tennis bracelet and something else. She gave it back.
And we find out on after party, this is like, a real diamond tennis bracelet. It's like, this girl really didn't want to go through with this. She's like, oh, real diamonds? Okay, maybe I'll reconsider. Maybe I will go out there and marry him. It's on second thought. But I guess even a diamond tennis bracelet could not persuade her. It was interesting. Yeah. He said that he could not compel her to get married, but it didn't seem like to me.
Trying to say.
Yeah, it didn't seem like to me that he was really trying to compel her. He just kind of let her off the hook. He was just like, yeah,
that's what this was so edited. We don't know what we saw. But yeah, I get that. Like he's like, even if she was questioning it, you would think, okay, you would have that hope that, okay, when she sees me, maybe that will change her mind and be like, okay, wait, he's kind of cute.
Well, I guess you're no Lauren, Michael.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, he's like, dang, like that couldn't even change her mind. Like being faced with, okay, the unknown is gone. You see me now. Now what?
Now I run.
Yeah. So, and then on after party, it really made it sound like this is it. Like Rudy was asking him like, okay, like are you back on the apps? And I'm like, are we done with him?
I honestly think they're punking us. I think we're going to get him matched with someone else. I think we're going to get the whole thing with him. I think we're going to get another wedding. I think they're actively trying to punk us right now. Because the show itself and after party, and he's wearing a ring on his ring finger on after party, which also throws us off. Like if he didn't get married, why is he wearing a wedding ring on his ring finger?
He's a ring guy.
That's true, but it would seem odd that you put a ring on that specific finger to do this. Yeah. So I fully believe, and I feel like we even had almost confirmation of this before the season started. He's going to get another chance at this. He's going to get a wife. I feel like that's what's going to happen.
You think they'll do it quickly? Because that's quick. If they try to do it in order to catch him up with the process,
it's quick to tell your friends and family, like, okay, we're going to do this again. How much time do you need for your friends and family to come back again to do all this rigmarole?
Maybe they'll just go to the courthouse.
Maybe. I'm very intrigued to see how they follow through with this, because that girl's name is out there, Chloe, or whoever. And I think with how tight-lipped the show is being about her, that they would not let that get out there no matter what. Because they've done good so. I mean, listen, MAFS fan had that picture, had that name, but I think even MAFS fan has sources inside the show that wouldn't let that name get out there if that was Mystery Girl X. So my hypothesis, my thought is that we're going to get another wedding with Michael. And they're trying to throw us off the scent.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting how it happens. Because if it's like, oh, we'll make it happen while the other couples are on their honeymoon, then they don't get the honeymoon experience. So it's like, what are they going to do? So
I can see this being like I could see it being like a staggered type of thing. Like as we're like halfway through with these other couples, this couple is just getting their honeymoon started or something. Yeah, I don't know. I can't wait to see how they handle it though.
Yeah. But last but not least,
Claire and Cameron. So yeah, we got left on a cliffhanger with them. The Claire's getting ready to walk down the aisle, but we first start, of course, as we start with everyone, we have to do some suit and dress shopping. Wait a minute, where are they? Yes. So not much happens here. Cameron is a very closed book this whole episode. It's just like I think he probably said 20 words throughout the whole episode. So she talks about she was in the past she was so focused on herself and her goals that she wasn't able to really focus on relationships, but she's now secure enough in herself and knows that she can be with someone without being dependent on them. They do the dress shopping. The mom is sobbing through this whole dress shopping. She's like, oh my god, she's so beautiful. Oh my god. Cameron has a surrogate mom, Nancy, there. He picks out his suit. Not much to say about that. He moved to Colorado when he was 23, not a born and bred Coloradan. He moved with one suitcase and some money. He wants to be more adventurous, and this is the adventure of a lifetime. They get to the venue.
His suit did look blue on my TV, for the record.
Oh, there you go. The TV got that one right. It was blue enough to register on your TV.
It must be something with green, because when Kevin Frazier was hosting Reunion a couple of seasons ago, I could not see what color. No, his suit looked green, but then when I looked at like stuff on Instagram, it wasn't. So maybe it's specifically green that's broken.
Maybe you need to truck that whole TV. Just get a new one. Just get another one.
Trust me, I'm working on it.
Oh, I'm sure you are. I'm sure you get that nice big 80-inch surround sound home theater. Sure,
I'm in the process of switching over changing everything in my living room. So it's been a long process. I had to get the couch, so I got that green couch. Mm-hmm. Then I had to wait for Cinnamon not to be a puppy anymore, so I could get a rug. So I found the perfect rug, so that's in there now. And so next would be my the entertainment center and TV.
It's just throwing all out that money, just getting your interior design on. It's all good. But Claire and her sisters cheers, talk about how great it is that her grandma's there to see this, and they're really bummed about her brother not being there. To not see this, but she knows that he's with her in spirit. He tells us that his parents and his brother couldn't be there because they're in New Zealand, but his surrogate family, Attilio and Nancy, are there for him. I want Attilio and Nancy to be my surrogate parents because they seem like really cool surrogate parents. They seem to be
so
awesome.
Supportive.
Yeah. And Attilio's like, yeah, it doesn't matter if her family's crazy. My wife's family is badass crazy. It doesn't even matter. I still love him anyway. I love Attilio. She's getting all makeup done.
I'm glad you caught their names. I did not.
Yeah, they're getting their makeup done, and she is anyway, getting all dolled up. Mom's like, I wonder what his family's gonna be like. And Claire goes to this kind of like, yeah, well, I just hope you guys can get along with them because you guys are very judgmental, very impatient. You just need to be patient with them. And Claire and Claire's sisters are like, well, he needs to be someone that works hard, no shadiness, funny, genuine, kind, successful. And we just need you to end up with someone. Yeah, we just need you to be with someone that we approve of. I was like, oh, okay. Judgmental. I see where we're going here. So she comes out in her dress to all her family. Everyone's tearing up. Everyone's like, oh my gosh. She talks about how fearful she is, but she's going to tell herself it's all good. He is great, and they are all going to be okay. Everyone's it was just the floodgates were opening for all these tears. We get to the gifts. He gets his gift from her. It's a note talking about how important family is to her. And she has given him some fabric that represents her family crest because her family's from Scotland. It's like a red and green. Well, I mean, look at who I'm asking. You don't know.
I thought it was pink.
Yeah, right. So unlike Lauren, who didn't wear her person's gift, Cameron's actually wearing his on his tux. But his
it worked. He has a pocket for it.
Yeah, his gift to her was a stuffed animal, and it was a kiwi. And now I don't know what the note said. I don't know if he was like, hey, by the way, I'm from New Zealand, or they wouldn't let him say that. But I mean, because that's what the kiwi represents. Like someone.
Yeah, because she did not get it at all.
She didn't understand what this thing was, why he gave it to her. And she was not impressed at all. She's like, I don't know what this is. I'm gonna need to ask him what the hell this means. Now she, I think, was expecting some kind of diamond necklace, some kind of diamond bracelet. She's like, a stuffed animal. What the hell is going on here? So that
how
told
long
me
do you think
lot.
It'll be until she realizes that he has an accent, and then leads to, oh, he's from New Zealand. Like, because he can say, hi, I'm Cameron, but she may not.
He's gonna do his vows. He's gonna do his vows up there.
So during his vows. That's when you think.
So she'll understand something's up. She'll be like, that dude's not American. He don't sound American. And
not
then
a Coloradian.
Once they go outside and talk, she'll be like, so where are you from? Because that's not American accent. He'll tell
maybe his friends and family probably will include that. Cameron's friends and family wants you to know he's from New Zealand.
Yeah, probably. He's a Kiwi. And she'll be like, what the hell is a Kiwi? What is that?
She's like, I keep hearing that.
The wedding's about to begin. Cameron meets with his surrogate mom. She's like, we're going to the airport, or are we going to get married? What's it going to be? Like, are we getting out of here, or are we getting married? He's like, we're getting married. I cannot do this accent. I cannot do the New Zealand accent. I can't.
You got to hear it more. Just give yourself a break.
Cameron, talk some more.
Hear it
talk
like
more,
you.
Cameron.
Yeah, he said like 20 words. Once you really start hearing him, it'll come more naturally, and then it'll be as easy as Mark Shark.
I'm under a lot of pressure here with these accents. I'm the accent guy on the show, and this is the one I can't land yet. I'm feeling the pressure.
You have to go with someone else.
Yeah, because we know that his family's not there. I'm sure production is making him ask questions like, what if his family isn't there? And, at first his sister's like, well, then he will just be, our family then. And the sister then goes, well, I'm not a big fan of this. She's like, marriage is hard, and you deserve someone that, that's a good man. I'm not sure that, that you're going to get that from this. It's like, damn, girl, give her a break.
Right.
In confessional, he says he moved across the world to be with the love of his life, and he used to make a family with his new wife. I said, I don't think you moved here for that specifically, Cameron.
Is he a Mac? Did he know? He foresaw 10 years ago, because 10 years ago was 2013, Married at First Sight premiere. He said, that's the show for me. I'm going to move to Colorado, and they have to eventually go to Denver. So I'm going to move there.
They made him wait 10 whole years.
Or he just secretly, he was in Atlanta. He went to New York. He moved to all the states.
Kept moving with the casting call like Mac did, but they just did not take him. And finally, he got his foot in the door.
I got to go back to Atlanta.
New York again? It's expensive to live there. I'm just a little bike shop
San Diego.
owner.
I thought they weren't doing the West Coast.
I got to move all the way across the country.
I knew I saw him at Whole Foods about a couple years ago.
Houston? Who live in Houston? All right, yeah. She meets with her mom and dad to get ready to go walk out to the wedding. She's happy they're there for support. Dad says, hopefully he's a good, loving guy and you take care of each other. Mom says, trust your intuition and remember to always be kind. They walk down. Her family walks down the aisle. I guess it's her sister comes down. She's really weird. She's like, "Oh my God, you're the groom! Oh hi, family!" I'm like, "Okay, calm down. You've been drinking a little too much wine today." So we get ready the big moments arrived. Claire's getting ready to walk in, and wouldn't you know it, cliffhanger. We'll have to wait until next episode.
What a shift for me, because I went from, dang, this episode gonna be longer than an hour and a half, to dang, it's over. I really want to just see them meet.
We're gonna go back to 90 minutes at some point, right? Like that's not.
I don't know. They haven't put out an article saying this season was extended to an hour and a half.
That was so weird. It's so weird when people write press releases of shows they never watched, and they're like, "It's getting extended to an hour and a half." Like, no dummy, it's being shortened to an hour and a half. Jeez.
Yeah. So my recording this week was 2.5 hours. So I was very confused.
Yeah.
Like,
what is your impression of Claire? I got a very different impression from what I got from the first episode and the matchmaking special.
She seems a little bit uptight.
Yeah, for a little high maintenance, maybe. It's. I think it might be giving Gina and Clint vibes. I don't know.
Well, not that he's Clint, but
yeah,
I think I could see Gina vibes. I also think that we haven't seen enough of her.
Could also be
interacting
like a Jake and what was that lady's name?
Haley.
Yeah, Jake and Haley vibes, maybe. I think she's not gonna be cool. She's not gonna get any of what he says. She's not gonna be down with it. Like I said, like you said, uptight is what the feeling I get from her. So yeah, interesting.
And it also feels not fair to do colors because we don't know unless you want to.
No, yeah, no, I don't think we need to do colors for them because I not a good vibe. So yeah, I need Cameron to talk. I need him to say something. I mean, give me something, my guy. Give me something. Give me something.
Oh, that's nerve-wracking.
It just doesn't feel like they're gonna be a match. It doesn't feel like it's
I don't know. Good. Yeah, I feel like she strikes me as somebody who's gonna find issues.
And we got more talk
to like.
We got more Faith talk where she's like, I prayed for this and blah blah blah. And she said something else. I forgot what else she said, which makes me think it's going to be an issue because this is the second episode in a row where that gets mentioned in a way.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I really need to just see them meet and then get those first impressions out the way, so I can solidify some thoughts.
I think he's going to be quiet and awkward, and that's going to throw her off a little bit.
Yeah. Well, next episode, we get the receptions. We'll get, obviously, Claire and Cameron's wedding. And, well, I think it was Lauren that said she felt like the universe delivered her a very special person.
Yeah, which, again, to me is like, he's a very nice man.
See, look. Oh, I know what this reminds me of. Your opinion of Zach and Bliss, where you were wrong. This is exactly that.
I wasn't wrong. People agreed with me at the time. And I said by the season's end that I saw it, I was like, okay, yeah, they seem fine. They seem good. But a lot of people agree with me at the moment where they had that weird boat date where it was like, what in the heck is going on?
She was so happy. You act like you know Bliss so well. They are literally so happy together.
I just was telling you what I saw with my eyes in the moment. And that was an awkward, weird date.
You read it incorrectly. Wow, another thing on the next time on, Orion, they try to edit so bad, him saying, I don't like being bossed around.
These Frankenbites. It's like, come on, give me a break. It's probably gonna be something. Yeah, it's probably something like, yeah, I used to say things like I didn't want to be bossed around, but now I know to stay in my place when my woman tells you what to do.
I have 10 years of experience of the way this show is edited. I will not be fooled again.
You're not gonna get me. I feel like this might be a season low. I feel like it's gonna be a low drama season. That's the vibe I'm getting.
We'll see. We got.
I cannot wait
this season.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it like 3 times.
It really sets the tone for the whole season. That season preview. So we'll see.
It really will.
We'll have to wait 3 more episodes till they finish the weddings.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank y'all for sticking with us and through all of this silliness.
This is a perfect match after dark. We promised y'all we'd be punchy, and that's what you got.
Yes, that's it's schedule conflicts. This is what you get. So let us know what you think. Leave us comments on the Facebook, or leave us in the Facebook group too. But leave us comments on the YouTube video. Also, leave us a 5-star rating and review on the Love at First Sight feed.
On that YouTube, if you can hit the thumbs up, that will really help a lot.
Yes.
Like, listen to more algorithms, like listen to more eyes, and a lot more people will see it. So if you're on that YouTube, can you just hit that thumbs up for us? We greatly appreciate it.
Please, please, please. I don't want to beg, but I will.
I won't.
Yes,
I will not.
We will be back next week, of course, to talk about episode 3. So Jason. And like we said at the beginning of the episode, it will be a day later. So where we normally release on Thursday nights, this will be released on Friday night. So Jason, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at JAYR1085. As far as podcasting goes, I've got a bunch of stuff happening over on Post Show Recaps at the moment and stuff coming up. I'm covering Loki with Sasha Joseph. We are more than halfway done with this season. It's been a fun season of Loki. I'm also covering the show Invincible with Gia Worthy over there. We did a preview. We did a wrap up of season 1 before season 2 comes out. So season 2 comes out early November. Check that out when that comes out. Also, I was talked into doing the show The Gilded Age. So if you want to hear me try and work my way through that show, that's coming up within the next week. I'll be talking to Marissa Garza, breaking down the second season of that show. For some reason, I have problems saying no to things, so that's why. Also coming up, I will be talking to Chappelle about the show Lawman Bass Reeves. So yeah, those are all things coming up for me. I got a pretty stacked plate at the moment. Those are all my things. Asia, what about you?
You are the busy one.
Yeah.
You can catch me here talking about Married at First Sight. If you weren't aware, I did cover the show The Other Black Girl with one of the other Black girls from Rob Has a Podcast, Mari Forth. The Other Black Girl came out on Hulu. The whole season is out. Mari and I covered it 2 episodes at a time. So you can find that over on Post Show Recaps. We had a great time covering that. It was such a good show. So definitely would highly recommend it if you have not watched the show or listened to the podcast. So definitely go check that out. Also wrapped up season 5 coverage of Love is Blind. They continue to get more. They continue to have more and more news that come out on TikTok. So if you did not catch Mary and I's coverage of Love is Blind, definitely go check that out. And yeah, you can just follow me and see what I'm up to at Asia Like Asia. That's AYSHA like ASIA. So thank y'all so much for sticking with us, and we will be back next week. All right, bye.